So, welcome, mothers and others. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I'm going to introduce you to the next candidate who's running for office. Dr. Fatima Lewan Muse is running to become your next representative for Texas House District 2. Welcome, Fatima. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
So, let's hit it at the top. Tell me, why are you running for office?
In short, Nancy, I am running for office because I got angry. I got angry after my property taxes doubled, and I thought I can be mad or I can do something about it. I'm running because I think that families across District 2 deserve a representative who listens first, a representative who fights for the needs of our community and brings practical people first leadership to Austin. As a medical family therapist, educator, community advocate, and homeowner, as well as a caregiver to an aging parent, and a product of public schools, I've seen how state policies affect people's lives, from access to health care, mental health services, public education, infrastructure, property taxes, reproductive freedoms, and just the basic rights of communities to be heard and have a voice in decisions being made for them.
So, what do you feel this office needs?
I feel this office needs someone who understands both the personal as well as the policy side of issues that our communities face. I bring professional experience in listening as well as conflict resolution. Um, I definitely bring an advocacy lens, and I'd like to see myself as someone who's balanced enough to listen, bold enough to fight, and brave enough to lead. And I think that that's what this office needs. My focus is on people first representation, not party first politics.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about who you are and your personal values?
Um, so who I am, as I mentioned, I am my career, I'm a medical family therapist. My specialty area is reproductive health. The largest part of my practice are couples or individuals who are experiencing varying stages of infertility or fertility related issues. I do evaluations for third-party reproduction services, so people who may be using donor sperm or donor egg, or surrogacy, and I do those evaluations for clinics that they may be utilizing IVF services. But I also see the spectrum. I see couples who are dealing with everything just from communication issues to infidelity, everything that falls under that. And in my practice, it has required me to be someone who navigates tough conversations, who listens first, who meets people where they are, who sits in a position of non-judgment. I keep my own values in check because my values are for me. They work for me. They don't necessarily work for other people. And so when I'm helping to facilitate issues or helping people solve complex um, grievances, I do that by first understanding who they are, what the issues are, and what it is that they're really trying to accomplish. And that is what I would bring to Boston. That mindset of listening to my district, my community. What are the things that people need here? What are the things that's actually going to help my constituents? And that is the type of person.
So, what are the top three issues that you are running on?
My top three issues. First, absolutely education. I am 100% against this voucher scam. I think that public education um, is as American as apple pie. I think that private school is a privilege, not a right. If you are able to send your kids to private school, that is great that you can afford that privilege, but you don't have a right to use my money to pay for it. So I want to fully fund public schools and I want to give teachers a raise because they deserve it. I'm running for expanding healthcare access to all, especially in rural communities. In my district, there are many areas where there are no healthcare facilities. Clinics and hospitals have closed down. There's just no access to care. And I think government has a responsibility to step in and do something about that. And also, a personal thing, and this also has a lot to do with my practice, because I'm so close to reproductive health. There are only 16 states in the country that mandate any type of assistance or coverage for individuals experiencing infertility or dealing with or trying to utilize IVF services. Texas is not one of those states. And I want to do something about that. I want to help people who actually want to have babies have them. And so those would probably be the top three. I have a lot more. There's the data center issue. I've spoken out a lot about that. And I have a lot of ideas about empowering, especially rural communities, so that they can protect themselves because we see what's happening all over the state. But you asked for top three.
So now we get to have a little bit of fun and we get to learn a little bit more about you to get to know you better. So let's hit it at the top. Tell me, what is the last book you read?
Last book I read, the first thing that comes to mind is probably Harry Potter book 7, The Deathly Hallows. I'm sure I read something that other than that, but it's all related. Like I read Medical Apartheid. That's a what, but that's a lot of my reading is like work related. So the last thing that I read for fun was probably book 7 of the Harry Potter books. And when I finished reading it, I closed my eyes and I just said, I am complete. So well written. Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Brazen.
What is your favorite song?
Oh, favorite song, uh, Hell on Heels by the Pistol Annies.
Do you have a personal motto?
Yes, and this is from my grandmother, rest her soul. A positive mind leads to positive deeds.
Do you have a favorite meal?
I guess my favorite meal would be anything that included salmon. I make a really good mango chipotle rub salmon fillet. And so that with maybe like yellow squash, that's a good meal.
What is your favorite hobby?
Well, I crochet. So that's something that I do sometimes on in downtime. My grandmother taught me when I was a child, so I do that. Other favorite hobby, karaoke. I live for karaoke. I'm a decent singer, but I put on a hell of a performance. So
Do you have a favorite animal?
birds. I've had quite a few parrots. I've had an African gray, two cockatiels, parakeets when I was growing up. I love birds.
So, where can we go to learn more about your campaign? What is your URL and what are your social media handles?
Okay, so my URL for my website is www.votemuse.com. So that's VOTEMUSE.com. And for my social media, my Facebook is Vote Muse. My Instagram is vote_muse. My TikTok is Vote Muse. My YouTube is Vote Muse. My Threads is vote_muse. And my X is vote__muse. Oh, and my Instagram is vote_muse.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to get to know you and introduce you to voters out there. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail.
Thank you so much.